Hey y'all, it is July the 20th, 2018, and y'all, I made a number of videos today, man. It's a video making day. Thought I would make one more. I want to talk about some stuff. We've talked about this stuff before. It ain't nothing new, but I felt like it would be appropriate right now. Um, I want to start off by mentioning global warming or climate change or whatever it's called today. I want to talk about that, and that some people, they're still very, very concerned about it. They have the right to be concerned about whatever they want. Okay, for sure. And to come to the table and debate and lend evidence and lend, different statistics and different solutions, perhaps, that they had of the problem, all right, that does not involve taxing me into oblivion, all right. So some people are still concerned about that. I want to point out that the Earth, on record, has to be thousands of years old at the very least. Now, people debate on just how old it is. I couldn't tell you, nor do I care to venture a guess. All right, it's at least thousands and thousands, tens of thousands, probably, at least, that we have a record of. All right. All right, and then they debate on how old the Earth is. All right, so the people with the climate change and the global warming and this and that, technically, they'll give into anything. They will be taxed into oblivion because they feel like they're ruining the earth. All right, so they feel obligated to do it, and they feel like you're obligated to do it as well. All right, so that's why they want to debate about it. And there's people like me, on the other hand, who see the earth as thousands and thousands of years old, at the very least, probably millions of years old, at the very least. We look at it and say, the earth, believe it or not, it's just, that mug is hard to kill, right? No matter what. And there's all sort of there's evidence that people claim of all sort of different species dying out. Yeah, they'll die out. The earth don't. The earth ain't doing it. And if it does, it's going to take a long, long time to do it, apparently. All right, so there's people's very, very worried about that. Still, I'm not one of those people, but I can have a debate with any of these people. I can have a discussion. We could talk about solutions if you want to. All right. So that being said, I want to talk about something that's a little bit more fragile, in that we all have experience of people dying. Individual people dying. People, suffice it to say, it seems as though they're a little bit more fragile than the earth. It seems. All right, so people do die. All right, so I wanted to talk about something pretty serious situation. There's a man by the name of Kevin Modis, and he ain't the first one. He ain't the first one of dozens and dozens who I've heard talking about, and he's just recently talking about in the War Room with Owen Schroyer, but I'm sure he's been all over the place. Just look up his name, Kevin Modis. And he's talking about 5G and how that's a problem. You might have heard of 5G if you know much about technology and cell phones these days, and how they're always getting, upgraded and upgraded and upgraded. And there's different technologies, more technology, it's more technology. All right, Kevin Modis was talking about 5G. Now, that's something that's on the horizon, right? Basically, we're getting to that bridge, about to cross it. He's saying, actually, it's not a good idea, it's a terrible idea. He's saying the 4G that we already have is a terrible idea already. And 3G before that, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of building up. That's what he's insinuating. Right. He's not talking about global warming necessarily. Technically, he's not talking about the earth crumbling and shattering into all sort of fireballs. All right. He's talking about people dying, getting really, really hurt. Really, really hurt. And the thing is, a person like me, I'm more concerned about the latter, to be honest with you. As far as global warming, I'm not so concerned. Ain't nothing I can do about it. That's just my personal opinion. As far as people dying and stuff, man, that's a little bit, I think we have more of a hands-on, interactive type of role to play. As far as humans dying, he's talking about 5G and how that would be horrendous. Now, I know people in the cell phone business and stuff like this. Just leave it at that. He's talking about 5G, and it's going to be terrible, and all sort of people are seeking to stop this. It's bad. It's going to kill people. It's already hurting people. According to him, it's already hurting people. This guy's a doctor or something like that, man. He knows. He's seen people getting hurt from 4G and 3G and doing science. People out there, a lot of them believe in science. So if he's doing science, he's noticing that it's a correlation between people living closer to these cell phone towers, and just so happen to coming up with cancer. People, if they hold the cell phones to their ears all day, or stuff like that. If you have, here's the thing, I gotta let y'all know on a personal note. For years now, for years and years now, if my phone's on me, if it's on my person, if it's touching me, it's on airplane mode, probably, more than likely. All right. It said, like, there's certain times when streaming, obviously, I have it in my hand and stuff like that. And I do talk to people very honestly, and it's been my whole life at a minimal. I don't spend time on the cell phone and stuff like this. But people who do, according to Kevin, I forget his last name, Modis. According to Kevin Modis, a lot of people are experiencing terrible, terrible things happening to them. Want to include LeBron James, because I know a lot of people out there that's their hero. That's their Lord and Savior. It's LeBron James. Like, he's an amazing NBA player. And anyways, even he had to get some cancer cut out of him, from what I understand, a few years ago. And they don't know why. They're not sure why. Kevin Modis seems to have an idea why. All right, he says the 5G that's coming is pretty bad. All right, before we get out of here, obviously, the 5G is something to look into that might be very bad. Me personally, I've heard of all sorts of different technologies that are not being taken advantage of. All sorts of different technologies, and they might be less harmful. All right, Kevin Modis, he's promoting fiber optic. It's cable. It's internet through cable. All right. You might argue, well, maybe Kevin works for the fiber optic company and he wants to make him all sort of money, because obviously that's what would happen if he did that. Okay, well, yeah, maybe that's true. You might want to look into that. All right. He says fiber optics. I don't know. I've heard about all sorts of technology to include Li-Fi. First time I mentioned someone Li-Fi, they were like, what? Don't you mean Wi-Fi? All right. Is that the first time you ever heard of that? Li-Fi? Because I don't know if it's as harmful or purportedly as harmful as 4G or 5G. The Wi-Fi, I don't know if it is, but it's a different technology. It's called Li-Fi. It's basically this Wi-Fi used through not like radio broadcast, but it's more light waves, and it uses that. I don't know anything hardly about that, but I do know there's all sort of technologies to try and get the internet. All right, I want to describe a world in which we all have access to fiber optic internet. All of us. All right, and it turns out it has nothing bad to do with our health at all. It has no negative effects. We all get it, and it's super, super, super high speed. And not only that, the security on it is maximum. It's like maximum security and privacy and stuff, and people can live their lives and stuff, and it's not affecting them negatively. All right, so also, music is 100% totally for free. Everybody gets free digital music no matter what. And at the same time, musical artists and all sort of people out there who are producing the music, they will also get paid money. In fact, more money than they're getting paid now. In fact, the reason is because there's no, record labels, and we can go off into a tangent, but the record labels, they just pretty much disintegrate. They have no purpose anymore. They do not get all the money, which they have been getting it. Every time they be getting it, all right? But they're not getting it no more because they don't even exist, all right? It's simply we put money into the hands of artists, and also we get all the free music we want for free forever. We get it through fiber optic cables. You go ahead and download it. You can download 3, 4, 5 albums, go to work, just listen to it all day long you want. Put airplane mode on your cell phone. You don't have to answer no phone calls and stuff like that. It don't even matter. You got everything you want. Maybe podcasts, this and that. It does not matter. You can download all sort of stuff through your fiber optic cables, like hook it up right to your phone, and then go zipping along your way, just like I like to do. I love to listen to music, stuff like that, and then the podcasts and this and that. That's my thing. That's how I get down, all right? Imagine you could do that. You could do that all for free, all right? Not only you could do that all for free, but everybody who's producing that stuff, they're getting paid. They're getting paid better than they used to. All the health problems involved and associated with 4G, 5G, things like this, forget about that. We don't even need that. We don't even need that. See, they got us in a system right now. Let me explain reality. They got us in a system right now where they want to convince us that music and movies and things of this nature, that's supposed to cost money. All right, so we can't afford it. And so that's why wind up paying for things like Netflix. Wind up paying for things like that are streaming. right? And so people, they're streaming these movies. Maybe they're streaming the music. Maybe they're keeping it real close to their body. Maybe it's getting hit with 5G, all right, because they're too poor to buy the music, because music costs money, all right? That's reality. That's what I'm explaining to you right now. Some people get around it and they get that free music, if you know what I mean. And we've been doing that for a while, all right? So basically what they're doing is they're tricking you. See, I'm describing a situation where you get unlimited access to free music, free movies, free entertainment forever and ever. You don't pay not 1 cent if you don't want to. However, you can appreciate the people who put out your favorite material, and you can give them money whenever it is that you get a chance to give them money. All right, and so they get paid all sort of money. Record labels and stuff like that. We don't need that. Right? We get it all for free, and we get all the health benefits of not, radiating ourselves with microwaves. But see, in this reality that we have right now, they want to convince you otherwise. They want to say, "Oh, we'll give you unlimited free music. Well, if you put this machine on your person and we radiate it, we'll give you everything for free. We'll give you everything for free. It's not a trick." No, man, we want to give you all sort of technology. We want to hook you up. All right? So keep this on your person. Keep it right there next to your body. Put it in your pocket. Put it next to your genitals. Put it on top of your head. All right? See if it don't give you cancer, all right? That's reality. That's what's reality right now. Me personally, on a personal note, before I get out of here, I'm what you might call born again, or some people call it like dead to this world, man. It's like it don't even, if I die today, basically, it don't even matter to me. It doesn't bother me none if I do. Most people on earth ain't like that. Most people do not want to get killed slowly by all sort of pollution, be it Wi-Fi or anything else. It's radiating them. Please believe that people are more fragile than the earth. All right, the earth, I think, gonna outlive us, you guys. If I had to put a bet down, I would put that bet down. It's July the 20th, 2018. It's getting dark and stuff. Me and Bella, we gotta get out of here. I'll holler at y'all a little bit later.